Couple seconds because it likes to take its time. There we go. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. Map of the Lost Roger, Part 2. I am Dew, or Dew Points, and I will be playing Eeny, Money and Mo today. And would my wonderful partner in crime like to introduce themselves?
Hello, I am the partner in crime. I am known as Winona, but I will be playing the Mad Lad today.
Yes. Yes, she will. And today we are going to be part one was mostly catch up chat and kind of setup, I guess. Is what we call it.
Yeah, setup. They
Although
figured out where they needed to go.
yes. I would also like to amend something I said in the first one because brain was sleepy when I was doing that. So in the last one, I said that there were three important documents in this chest. There are, but one of them you can't actually translate. It's written in a language that neither Mad Lad, Eeny, Miny, or Mo knows. Meanwhile, the one that the ledger portion that has the places visited, some of the coordinates in there were a bit wonky or didn't quite match up with where they were supposed to be. And through a lot of studying, Mad Lad kind of put together that these were like a triangulation kind of deal. So some of these off-put markers on the coordinates actually kind of triangulated to a place on the coast off of Inkwell, which is where we're going.
Yeah, in Mad Lad's new ship, which this is the first time Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Eeny, Miny, Mo see this. He's just like,
Yeah.
I say, I'll post the ship in the chat. I have the show. The ship has been seen in a few FPSs before.
I would like to say, where is Mad Lad putting this ship? Are we going straight from Carmina's farm, or
He's trying to find the nearest coast so they can go to the coast that they're looking for.
um? Well, oh, sorry. You might hear my dogs making noises in the background.
They are very good
Um,
puppers.
Sometimes they are, yes.
No, they're always adorable.
You don't live with them. You don't know them like I do. um.
Look, I see
Anyway.
pictures of them, and I love them.
Okay. Dang. It's a bigger ship than I thought it was going to be. Um.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's basically it's the size of it's a slightly bigger than a fishing boat, like a smaller fishing boat that like one person can still like drive.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so it's still a one-man vessel kind of
it's still a
deal.
one man
Alright.
vessel. Is a but it's slightly bigger, but only slightly, but still enough to be manned by one person.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, okay. So Mad Lad, I don't think Mad Lad would need to roll survival or anything,
No.
because you've... Firstly, there is a river, or like a stream near Carmina's house. Carmina's farm, I should say.
Yes.
I can't imagine that Mad Lad would be able to keep away from that for very long, if ever at all.
No.
He probably knows all the waterways.
Yeah.
Um, please, please tell me, how does Mad Lad, like, is this just in Mad Lad's hammer space?
Okay, here's what it is. It's a customized folding boat because one second, I need to chew.
Yeah, go ahead, take your time. Sometimes you need to take a moment
Whew.
to do a big chew.
Yeah. Yeah, my husband made dinner for me and I'm eating and playing right now. Whew, but it's very
Yes.
spicy. He made basically a homemade crunch wrap, which is really
Mm.
good, but God, he laid on the spices this time.
You need to lay on the spices in a wrap. Can't have a cool wrap. A wrap's gotta be spicy. Gotta be hot.
If you say,
Anyhow,
if you say so.
sorry.
Yeah, but
I do.
basically, the story of this boat is like it's actually a folding boat. If you know that magical item, and Mad Lad was
No.
able because he during one of his other FPSs got help. Say he basically helped catch a giant shark that was terrorizing Buccaneer Bay not too long ago, and got a handsome reward for it. So he basically had this folding boat customized to what he liked.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
So what it looks
Continue
like is Mad Lad goes over to the river. He takes out a box. It looks like not. It's not as big as a chest. It's like it's a. I forget exactly what the size of the box is, but it's very big for a child, and it's decorated is a in sea decorated in carved sea images. And on the box, the name is carved the slippery skipper.
Okay. Um,
Say Eeny Miny
I've
Moe can
eaten.
roll an Arcana check if they want to see what it is.
Gosh, man. Checking their arcana right now. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Okay. Uh, yeah,
They
they
have
ain't got a
no
clue.
idea what this is. This is a box. Why is the child holding a box?
It's just like the slow head turn, like one head at a time, as they look over. Literally look over and then down at Mad Lad and the box. It's just, eh. I mean, I don't exactly know. I don't exactly know what exactly is that for, mate. It's it's a nice box. Don't get me wrong. It looks very fancy and it's even got some nice engraving on the side. But we don't exactly what exactly is it?
I'll show
Is it like a
you.
teleportation circle, but like in a box? Or
No,
you just
no,
like put it on your head?
no, not quite. As Mad Lad, do they know Draconic?
Do they know Draconic? I don't think they do. Do not know Draconic.
Yeah, so Mad Lad speaks some words in a language that they don't understand. It's very sort of a hissy sort of language, and he like underhands plops the throws the box in the river, and it glows for a minute, and it's glowing, and almost pretty much Pirates of the Caribbean like the ship just goes whoosh from underneath the waves up into the surface. Comes it
Uh,
it breaks the surface with grace.
um, Money just had a look up from where the box was to where the boat now is. Yeah, uh, that's actually quite impressive. Actually, where'd you manage to get that? Yeah, it's better than actually, going down and sailing in the actual box.
Yeah, I actually had it custom made not too long ago at Buccaneer Bay, or at least not exactly at Buccaneer Bay, but I got the reward at Buccaneer Bay. Basically, there was a giant shark that was terrorizing the bay, and me and one of my other say one of my friends, he's actually a ranger too. He's become like a mentor of mine, and we caught this giant shark completely by accident, but we got the reward for it anyways, and it was like a ton of gold. I like had 550 gold pieces, and I used to customize this magical item.
It's pretty impressive actually. Giant shark. Don't think we faced the giant shark, have we? No, we haven't really faced many aquatic fellas. I don't believe. Uh, yeah, no, that's it's well done there, mate. It's pretty good well done. You get yourself a good reward.
Yeah.
Roll insight if you want.
All right. He shall roll insight. Okay, that's a. Is that insight? Yeah, that's a dirty 20.
Hmm. What's your mod? Okay. Um. You look. You look at Inimanimo and they kind of shuffle from foot to foot, and their tail flicks every now and then. Um, and yeah, no, they mean what they say. But they seem a bit antsy as they look around and along the coast. They say, well, I mean, if you want, you can hop aboard your ship there and we can run along the coast and I suppose we could send like paper planes backwards and forwards as we run along, because it just tends to be a bit quicker for us to put our feet in the ground and zoom off instead of, you know, being on one of them big things.
You don't wanna. You don't wanna see my ship? They say it's really cool. It has like a slightly underneath deck. It has like a little kitchen and stuff and a little bed. It say it
Oh,
can get us there faster.
oh no, 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 mate! It's a really nice ship. We're sure it's a real great. Yeah, no, we're not doubting that your ship's pretty good. It's just we're not really like ship people. Yeah, no, we rely on our feet more than anything else. And stomps on his feet. So it's I'm sure your ship's lovely, but not not exactly our thing.
Ah, I see. Um, as Mad Lad looks at the boat. Well, I don't want to leave you on the coast alone. I thought we could just sail together and it'd be a lot of fun. And since like the river is very calm here, they say I thought it'd be the first good thing to like put your feet in the water and like have first try sailing. But if you don't wanna, say I could take you down and I can ride on your back like usual.
Give me a sec. Cool. As you say that, you can hear the slight shifts of metal plates clink together, and their tail flicks twice sharply. No. There's no need to do that. Seriously, mate, it's all right. Yeah, I mean, and they look between the water and where they're standing, and if it means that they're much to you, then they take a big gulp. Sure, we're happy to board the ship with you. Yeah, no, there's no need to need to drag you along on our back or anything like that. It's a new experience, we've never been on a boat before. It'll be a new experience and it'll be fun. It'll be good. It'll be great. And they just all three heads just nod.
Yeah. As Mad Lad climbs up like the side of the boat with say which has a ladder that has like hang down from it, and he gets the gangplank to allow them on board.
Uh, you slide the plank down and it hits the side. They twitch a little. Then they just press one foot onto the board, then look up. This is a stable, right? It's not gonna slide out or anything like that, right?
Nope, you're fine. I got a hold on of it.
No. It's just we just want to make sure that it's not that we're doubting that your anything on your ship is seaworthy or nothing. It's just it's good to test these sorts of things before you go off, like running fire drills and stuff. Except it's like a water drill because we're gonna be on the sea. And as they say that, they very just slowly kind of inch their way up, kind of like a little bird on a perch, or
Mm-hmm.
a parakeet on a perch in a cage, just kind of shuffle. I'm actually gonna roll. Screw it, I'm not gonna roll anything. They can just do it. And they just shuffle, and as they get closer to the top of the gangplank, they just start to shuffle faster until they hit themselves onto the deck.
Yep,
Breathe a
and
sigh of relief. And say, right, okay then. Yep, no, we are no longer on the land. We are on a ship on the water, and and we're gonna go on an adventure with our good mate Ned. Just nod, nod, nod.
yeah, and until you feel comfortable, say Mad Lad like heads over to like where the underside of the deck is, right underneath like the steering wheel, and say he's like, you could stay in here for the ride for say for most of the ride until you feel comfortable coming out to the upper deck. And say there's a nice comfy bench in there along with a nice like little port view window.
You just hear comfortable. You hear that, mate? Comfortable. You hear that, Eno? Yeah, no, mate, we're perfectly comfortable. Absolutely, 100% comfortable on this ship. I can tell you what, this is the most comfortable ship we've ever been on. Uh, you can hear their foot tap, 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 and all three heads are just kind of twitching around at like every creak of the wood on the water. They do jump a little as the boat bangs against the bank, like, uh,
I'd rather be safe than sorry. I want a good first experience for you guys. And I take safety very seriously on my boat. Come here. As he leads them to the underside.
you do not hear footsteps follow. Actually, if it's all good for you, mate, we prefer to actually, just be out here, in the open. It'd be, yeah, get some fresh ocean breeze through our, look down at their armoured body, your feathers, I suppose. It'd be good if we're in the cabinets. Sure, we can like open I think you got windows or something. Yeah, he said it's a porthole, didn't he? Yeah, we could open it, but we prefer to stay out here.
Alright. But he looks at the metal armor, but I'm still getting life vest as he goes in and comes out with like all the life vests that are on the boat that he's like very quickly like strung together as like one big one.
Uh, they just watch Mad Lad do this and so, what exactly is that?
Safety precaution. There are I added a few buoys in there, but it's just in case something happens and it gets a little bit rocky. This will help you keep afloat.
They kind of look down at the jacket and slowly look back up at you. What do you mean in case it gets a bit rocky? Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be like, I thought you were supposed to be, pretty dap hand on the old shipperoonie.
Oh, I am, but I also take safety very seriously on this boat. You never know what we're on an adventure, and if something comes to the boat that means us harm and something happens and it gets a bit rocky, you at least have this so you can be safe and just in case if you accidentally like for example fall off the boat, you'll be able to float. Because there's sea monsters and stuff and this is a pirate adventure.
Could you roll a persuasion? Because they're kind of looking at this thing and then looking back at you. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. The colour scheme doesn't really match with ours,
It's only a
By the way,
15
what colour are
persuasion.
these? Are these like bright orange?
Yeah, they're the bright
Because
orange ones. It's like
God, yeah.
they're
Yeah,
the
you have to roll
bright orange
persuasion.
ones. They do not look pretty, but they do their job.
Cool. What the hell do I roll against that? Whiz?
Uh, say Probably whiz.
Okay, would that be a save or just a normal roll?
Probably a normal roll.
Basic roll. Aye, cool. What's your basics? Cool. I forgot that was. At least you've got the jack of all trades feat. That helps. What? I don't know if that means they take it or not.
Mad Lad's making a persuasion roll. They see this little
Okay.
kid, and they like see the determination of their eyes is like, you are going to wear this because it is what you're supposed to do on a boat, especially if you're on a boat for the first time.
Okay. Mad lad, see your three heads do the anime puff of a sigh. It's like, alright, no need to make that face, mate. Just hand it over. We'll
Yeah,
figure it out.
Mad Lad not only just hands it over, he helps it put it on. Eeny, miny, mo.
Um, as you do see out of all three visors what appears to be like a shiny little drop of water comes from each point of the visor. There doesn't seem to be any hole or anything for it to come out of, but there sure does be just a little droplet of water plop 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 onto the deck. That might just be water spray.
Yeah. And Mad Lad,
That's definitely not Eeny, Miny, and Mo crying over fashion crimes they're committing.
look, it's for safety. It's a fashion crime, but it's for safety. We all had to
Look,
do it.
fashion to them, fashion is is over safety. Always, 100%. They need to look good. They need to look good. This is wrong, but
But
doesn't
Mad,
matter.
yeah, but Mad Lad's like, well, if you don't want to be underneath the deck, come join me while I'm sailing. Like, come to the steering wheel. As Mad Lad goes upstairs to the steering wheel to start sailing. As Red goes around and gets the boat prepared.
Oh, that's an idea. I need to roll that. That'd be a check. Nah, let's do it this way. Just gonna roll them a deck save. Okay. Um, they probably stumble a little bit because they're not used. They don't have sea legs. Very much don't have sea legs. They manage to they stumble a little bit along the wooden boards before quickly following you up. They're rather light on their feet as they do, but you do hear the chink 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 of armor as they come up behind you. Um, yeah, to the not the mast, the driving portion,
Yep,
steering portion.
steering wheel. And Mad Lad
Yes.
smiles at them, and Mad Lad smiles at them as Red gets everything done, and they start moving. And despite he never having sea legs, it's a very smooth ride right now. They're just going along the river, which doesn't have many bumps or like stuff to it. It's very calm for the most part, especially with a big a ship as they have.
Hang on, sorry, I'm just gonna roll a perception because I want to see if they notice that they've already set sail.
Yeah.
Have they been moving this whole time and they just didn't realize? Okay, they did notice, which is probably why they were a bit nervous. That's fine. They are not startled. Um, but they very pointedly take a quick look around all around them and focus their attention directly back onto Mad Lad. Right, so navigation. Right, maps. Yeah, you got the map?
Yep, I got the map. And we follow the river down where we are. Say we follow the river as it is. Say we should lead out to the main. We should lead out here, and he points towards the map. He's just like, and once that we get out there to more open ocean, and say we should be able to get to where this coast is on the map.
Right, okay. You're the captain of this ship. So suppose you're gonna be leading this expedition this time. Keep in mind, you're just leading this expedition, not all of them, and they waggle a claw in your face. So, lead away, I suppose.
Matt, you say it's not. You don't even have to make a insight. The moment they say you're the captain on the ship, they say Mad Lad's eyes are like stars, and he's just, yes, I am the captain of this ship. He's so proud of himself.
Oh god, the child's gone mad with power.
Mad Lad's like,
Um,
say, Mad Lad's like, I know, but I'm the master of the sea. I can get us there no problem.
we have no doubts within us, or within you, that you'll get us there. You know, yeah, you're a competent little lad, aren't you? So, we trust you. They click and point a finger at you. And you know, I think they might cast a bardic inspiration on you.
Aww. Yes.
Don't know how
Say,
much that is.
I was gonna say, what's the die?
Don't think it's a lot. Oh no, it is. Oh yeah, no, it's a D6.
A D6 better than say a D6 is pretty decent.
Yeah. Okay, so that's one of those down. So yeah. Cause this map is quite old though. I mean, it's within the past 50, 60 years at least from what we've established. So the coastline probably hasn't changed that much, but also this is Inkwell, and
Yeah.
also the map looked dodgy in the first place. So I'm gonna have to ask you to roll survival to find this place.
All right. I will roll survival. Ah, cocked. Okay. That's gonna be a 23.
Yes. Oh damn, +9 on that.
Yep.
Yeah,
His
no.
survival is
Mad-
really good.
Yeah. Yeah, Mad Lad, you have no issues whatsoever. You've done this since you were a little wee babby. You know what you're doing. And yeah, you managed to follow along the coast for a little while. And then you have enough knowledge of the area, or at least the currents around this area, to know that, oh, we should probably steer away from the coast here for a little bit, otherwise we'll be caught in eddies, and then we'll just have to be like struggling through that without any sort of oar power to get us past the conflicting currents and the riptides. But it only takes you like an hour or two, maybe.
Yeah, he's trying to find the fastest yet safest route, especially since he knows that Eenie, Miny, and Mo are very much nervous about this trip.
Yeah. If you're going fastest but safest, it'd probably be 2 hours minimum then. Um, so yeah, although we can also just sort of montage,
Yeah.
flash cut to
Yeah,
um,
montage. Mad Lad,
montage.
you can see Mad Lad pointing out all the landmarks and stuff, pointing showing as like seagulls fly past them and as dolphins ride the waves.
Me roll a thing. Where is my thing? Where is my rolling thing? Where is my rolling thing? Cool. Eeny Money Mo do look quite not nervous but agitated. Sort of pacing a lot. Not to the sides, the bows of the ship, but just like up and down the central part, probably from the mast to the raised deck and then back down again. As time goes by, they do start to occasionally drift over as you start to talk about all the dolphins and the other little bits you see, and they start to take a little more interest and get a little closer to the edges of the ship. Not super close. They're still like at least a good 5 foot away from the edge, but they're having a look now. Yeah, they seem a little more settled. And I'm just gonna do. No, okay. But yeah, no, they seem to be quite interested in whatever you have to say about the sea. They ask you little questions like, how do you know this is how do you know this is where that's going, and what the hell is a riptide? It sounds very cool.
Yes, Mad Lad makes sure to tell them the dangers of riptides. He's like, oh, it's this. You do not want to be in one. If you do get in one, you want to do this.
Um, you see Eni nod, nod, nod. I'm not gonna roll hammer space because time. But they do pull out a notepad and paper and just like write this down in a little flip book. Um, yeah. In about 2 hours or so, you do eventually get to where you think you should be going at least. But could you roll me a perception, please?
Yes, indeed, I
Okay,
shall roll
look.
perception.
So roll perception. Where is my perception? Where is my?
Okay. It should. Alright, this should be still good.
Lads, lads.
Lads! That
That's why.
they're fine.
God. Okay. So Mad Lad's got a 17. Eeny, Miny, and Mo got a damn 20. Perception.
Dang.
Um, so they look down at the map, and they look at else Mad Lad. So where exactly on here are we supposed to be? Yeah, cause not exactly. We're not map readers in terms of like sea maps and stuff.
We're supposed to be here. He points to where the map, where he's pretty sure that where they are.
And they kind of look around. And they hop. Just they hop on the bit like behind the steering wheel on the upper deck, and they look around. You see all the heads kind of pointing in different directions, just doing a bit of a scout, and then you hear boing 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 as all three heads point in one direction. And as you look over towards where they're pointing, you see not quite. How do I describe it? You see a cliff. It's quite a tall cliff and quite a dark cliff. It's very noticeable that the minute you kind of pass underneath this cliff edge, the sky suddenly goes a little bit darker. Not stormy, but from sunny blue skies to more of a slate grey. And the water here becomes very calm as you pass underneath this. Um, and they'll say to you, so it wouldn't happen to be, if we're looking for a cove and stuff, it wouldn't happen to be that. And they point. Um, Very quickly, you also see that there is a small little inlet. Um, like, how do I describe this? Where you think the cliff is just one cliff,
Yeah.
there is just like a small crack between the two cliffs.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, there is no obvious sign of land. It's just like a crack between the cliff. That boat might be able to fit through.
Mad Lad looks at the map, looks at the thing, looks at the map, looks at the thing. You're gonna hate me when I say yes. I think we could fit in there.
Right, what do you mean think? And then all three heads point back. So, what do you mean like think? Like you just gonna like oh, because like what if we can't fit in there? Like can't this thing kind of like swoop? And you see their whole body just kind of suck in. They suck in all the air, and their body just goes thinner. Well, they just do this. Yeah, just can't the boat just suck itself in a little bit, and then you let the breath go, and there's a jiggle of the belly. They do that.
You can do that with the sail somewhat, but we can't tell. Like, I can technically make this boat smaller, but we'll have to go on land to do that because I'm pretty sure you don't want to fall into the water while doing so.
Yeah, yeah, we would really like to not do that. Actually, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Uh,
but I think we could fit in there. Let's get a bit. We'll go slow, but we'll get a bit closer.
right. The mm, they started to shuffle a bit again, and their tail feathers are flicking from side to side. Um, as they start to kind of rock from side to side on their feet and look around and say, "So, is there any way to any way that you can just stop in case it's like a crash course collision instead of a tight squeeze kind of situation?"
Yeah, I say. Yeah, it's just like there is. I say it's like a little inlet, so there should be places to like turn around to like land safely. But we should say, but I can't tell from this distance right now how big the hole is actually. It's more of like I can see it, but I can't determine the exact size yet. I just need to go a little bit closer. And Mad Lad then whistles to Red as Red goes out to the bow of the ship on that like on that little, I don't know what it's called. It's the start, say the little pointy thing at the end at the front of the ship. What is that called?
Brain wants to say stern, but I think that's wrong.
I I know. It's just like I know what it is, but he like stands on the edge of it. Red will keep an eye out and make sure everything is gonna will go all right, right, Red. And Red does a little chirp as he like sits on like perches like a little cat on this little board.
Okay. Uh, hmm. What are they going to do?
Mad, at least Mad Lad is gonna take the boat closer to where that opening is, but slowly and once in to make sure like if they can't fit, they can turn out of it quickly.
Okay.
And Mad Lad is gonna get help with that because of Red. Red's gonna give him the help action to determine whether they not can fit this boat in there.
Okay. So, the perception or investigation to you?
Uh, Probably perception.
Or if you want like just a dex check, because you're trying to navigate it into
Can I argue
a boat.
survival then?
Survival.
Because they're trying to basically guide this boat through this narrow hole.
Um, I would probably say not in this case.
Okay.
I would say it's probably a dex.
Alright. Dex it is. And get advantage because of Red. Okay. First one is an 11. What's the second? Okay. Dex, so that's a. Come on, Discord. Alright. 13 plus 5. And Mad Lad's gonna use that bardic inspiration. He wants to make sure he can get through this. Okay, that's an additional 5.
Cool.
So that makes it 23.
Nice. Okay. It does look a bit like it looks like it's gonna go through fine, but Red. Did you say Red gave the help action?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it looks like it's gonna go through fine with Red's help. Red kind of does. I don't know how Red would indicate to Mad Lad.
He gives like certain like different tones of chirps to say, "Oh, that's a little bit too close." in
Is
like
it like a car, like the car beeping when you get too close to
yeah, is
to the outside?
yes. And he like turns his head the other way of which way he like nods his head one the other way of where he's supposed to go.
Cool. Mad Lad just parallel parking on the sea.
Pretty much.
God. Um, I will say uh, those chirps do startle Eeny Money Mo a bit. Um, they are crouched, half crouched on the deck. They look like they're braced, or whatever happens. But nothing happens because with the 23 you get through this crack into the inlet very easily. Um, Yay, we didn't crash. Um,
Yay.
and as you pass beneath this crack in the cliff face, um, it's not like a long tunnel. You can see through the other side very quickly. Um, and well, it's a big old cave for sure. Um, well, hang on. My brain is trying to make sure I've used the right word for the inlet. Let me just look it up.
Oh, you're fine.
Right. Let me double check that this is what I think it is. Oh no, yeah, that is correct actually. Okay, so yes, you do follow this inlet along, because the crack in the cliff is not very long. Once you're through that crack, you come out and it's just water, and on either side of you is a little bit of sand. Like it's about like you're in like a what's the word? Like lagoon, would it be?
It reminds me.
Lagoon, I think.
I feel like this is like the little like kind of like it reminds me of Porsko Roscoe, that little hidey hole that he always is in.
Mm. Yes, something like that. Um, the body of water you're in it's about at least 40 foot in either direction. As you sail up to a sandy bank, as you get closer, it gets quite dark as you leave the entrance. Um, and sorry, my brain's kaputted again. Dang. Um, yeah, no, you're in a very dark kind of cove, and the only light is coming from behind you from the crack in the cliff.
Mad Lad looks around. Dang, it's dark. Better light up the lanterns. As Mad Lad goes across the boat and lights up some of the lanterns, which give a bit of light, but probably not too much because I the lanterns are like one near the steering, like there's one near the entrance of like the say of the underdeck. There's probably one near the steering, near like the stairs, like on the top is
Mhm.
a there isn't any like spotlights per se, but it gives enough to probably light up the deck, but probably not much further than that.
That's fair. Um, as you light things up, lights kind of bounce across the waves. Well, not the waves, across the water that you're resting on. Um, don't Some of them reach the walls, some of them don't. The walls seem to be, well, stone. Again, you're in a crack in the cliff face. But some of the others do light up what looks to be some kind of wooden pier or dock. There's nothing else you can really see or make out from that, but you do have an area to aim for to park up, so to speak.
Ooh, there we go, there we go. And oh yeah, I can do this now. As Mad Lad takes out from within his pocket, what looks to be a necklace that he sort of wrapped around his hand, and it has like a star shape. It looks like from the Undertale star as
Hmm.
holds it up. He holds it up, and he is able to cast dancing lights around the ship,
Okay.
and more specifically towards the dock so he can park safely.
Okay. Whilst you've been doing this, Mad Lad, as you've been wandering around the deck and lighting things, you have heard Eenie, Miny, and Mo, oh, just Miney and Mo kind of muttering. You can't hear what they're saying, but they're just kind of muttering to each other. Um, yeah, no, you cast dancing lights, and they hover over the deck, and for convenience sake, you're able to park up pretty handily, pretty nicely. Um, Easy gangplank distance, as it were. Um, yeah, you can now see there's like it's an old dock. Like this thing hasn't been repaired at all, but this kind of gives you a smuggler's hideout kind of vibe. So you're not expecting. I don't
Mm-hmm.
suppose you're expecting anything well kept and maintained.
Yeah. And Mad Lad gets the gangplank down. Well, I think we're here. That dock is pretty old, so you may watch your step, but that's definitely a smuggler's dock, if anything.
Eh. They kind of shuffle over, test the gangplank again. They hear it squeak a little against the wooden boards of the gangplank. They're like, "Nah, you know what? Actually, let's not do that. And they're gonna just take a couple steps back,
Um,
and then tuk, 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 run forward, and they're gonna jump off the boat onto the dock.
yeah, Mad
Um,
Lad's like, wait, you don't want to do that. That dock is pretty old.
no, they're gone. They're gone. They're gone. They are gone.
I know.
Just
I
acrobatics.
imagine Mad Lad shouting this as they're jumping.
Cool. Should this be acrobatics or athletics? Do you think?
Probably athletics.
Oh, nice. Despite the fact they're wearing heavy, clunking, chinking armor that should probably have sent them straight through the docks, instead they hit one wooden board with a boing. It kind of catapults them forward instead of splintering beneath their weight, and you just hear like the rapid so they fade away into the distance as Eeny Money Mo dart off and say, "Easy peasy, yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, we'll see you in a bit, man." And they just run away into the darkness.
Wait. Mad Lad just sighs as he as he just looks at Red and he's just like, you, do they? I'm pretty sure they don't even have dark vision. You have dark vision. Red just like gives Mad Lad a pat on the head as Mad Lad is just like, okay, let's do this. As Mad
As
Lad
you say
then,
that,
as Mad Lad gets,
sorry,
oh,
you go ahead. You go ahead.
yeah, Mad Lad gets on top of Red, and he's gonna use one of his, Ranger's abilities, which is which is Beast Sense. And he touched Red, and basically for the duration of an hour, for right now, he can see through Red's eyes. So he can see, he can't move technically, but he can at least see through what Red sees, and Red now leads to the darkness and knows what's going on. So Mad Lad knows what's going on.
Okay. Well, as you do that, you do hear a dong coming from further down the dock, and the sound of canaries, like the noise. And as Red flies further down the dock, you see that there appears to be broken boards heading in a straight line towards what looks to be a bundle of rope that is sitting next to a metal staff put in the ground, which kind of fixes this point of the dock to what appears to be stone and sand floor. And next to that stone and sand floor is a three-headed bird on their back with three more birds circling their heads.
Are you okay?
That's a good question. Are they okay? What's your con? It's not bad, actually. Hey, but not bad. They are. They slowly raise one of their feet, and then with a sharp flick, dancing lights glitter off one of their nails as they say, "They're fine. We just I just got a bit excited to, head off and get off the bloody boat. Get off the bloody boat." Uh, and all three heads kind of pick up, and they just shake their heads, slowly pull themselves to their feet, look around, and say, "So, don't actually see that much. Don't know if you've noticed. I mean, the dancing lights is a great idea, by the way. It's real good, but can't see much."
I was gonna say
Uh,
you don't have dark vision. I'm pretty dang sure. Unless you got like, unless those helmets let you see in the dark.
no, they would be pretty useful if we had that feature, but no, sadly, it doesn't do that.
All right, let me help you. As Mad Lad then casts dancing lights again to light up the area.
Ooh, lovely. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is pretty great.
Yep, I got this. I'm still getting used to like using magic through items, so I still like having the item in my hand when I cast the spell. But I'm slowly getting better at that. I'll eventually be able to cast dancing lights without holding this necklace in. The necklace can just be on me, you know?
Get some slow nods. Yeah, we're not really like magical item users so much. We just kind of do things, I think most of our stuff is like, when we're in combat and things, Yeah. They're saying this as they kind of move forward with you, following the dancing lights,
Yeah.
off the wooden pier, onto this sandy little bank.
Yeah, Madeline
Eh,
nods. Yeah, I used to be that way too, but I've been really getting into the magic sort of being a ranger. It's become very useful at times like this. Just be able to like see in the dark or be able to communicate with Red here. And Mad Lad taps Red and Red chirps happily. Not to say I never
yes,
use my weapons. I I mean that's my main damage dealing, but I've been finding it magic's been useful.
you can do with your weapon, matey. We haven't forgotten about the bear. I don't think the bear's ever going to forget about you either.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Every once in a while I see the bear and they just run. They book it.
I'm not surprised, mate. The last time you saw it, you broke his poor little heart.
Yeah. My lad just nods. And now I can
Um,
fight a giant shark. I mean, be it was with help from a like I think you would guys would like Rogue Fur. He's a hunter. He's a really good hunter.
a hunter. Oh, look, for sport. Oh, and they kind of lift up a claw and scratch Beanie's chin as they kind of look around.
Yeah, Matt. There's like they hunt with a swarm at least. And they say they're really cute. They're like half bug, half food. They're so adorable.
At the mention of food, you see Edie's head snap towards you. They cock their head. It's like, what do you mean? Okay, that's a lot to unpick. Tell us about that later. Uh, someone isn't quite so aware. Tries very hard to whisper this whilst Eni is staring very intently at you. Anyway, we should probably have a look around.
Oh yeah, right. Probably need a
Oh
real
yeah.
perception.
Yes. Perception time.
Despite having dark vision and constantly procking up dancing lights. Mad Lad doesn't see shit. That's a 9.
I got another nat 20. Apparently, Eeny Money Mo are seeing today.
They are seeing all.
Yeah, with a 9, you can tell that you're on a sandy bank, and there might be something a little further in, but you can't really see it all that well. Um, Meanwhile, uh, Eeny has kind of reached out, snagged a dancing light in his mouth. Miney's just reached over and says, "No, no, Eeny, spit it out, mate!" And poof, the dancing light gets spat out much further, shot down further into the back of the cave. Um, and they make out some other bits down there. They say, "I'm Mad Lad. I think we found. Well, not quite sure what exactly this is, but it looks like. Oh, it looks like this place hasn't exactly been visited in a while. But I think it's an old cache of stuff."
Ooh, let me see. A Mad Lad, say goes over to where they are to like see what they found.
Yeah. As you move towards where they went, the dancing light is kind of hovering over the top of a very old, worn wooden table. There's like a few chairs around. One of them is missing a leg. Um, the other one has is more of a stool than a chair.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's old, like rusted flagons on the table. There's an empty bottle of XXX. There are a few crates stacked against the walls. Some open, dusty and empty, and some sealed still. Um, and hmm, ah, yes, and you don't see Inyamanimo like looking anywhere around, but you see them looking underneath the table. Cause this looks kind of funky.
Oh, Mad Lad looks underneath the table. Also gets off Red. Looks underneath the table.
Um, get underneath the table and you see a bunch of strange glyphs. Um, don't actually have this written down, sadly.
It's okay.
Um, but you see a bunch of strange glyphs. In kind of dotting like around the table, like around the edges. It follows along. Um, then beneath those glyphs, you see another language, or are those letters? You're not too sure. And then you see another one, you see another one, and then you see letters in common. And there's just seems to be a lot of. Actually, what languages does Adlad speak?
Mad Lad, other than common, speaks Draconic, Giant, Grolix, and Infernal.
Um, you recognize giant and draconic. Um, as you look under this and it's like that's every kind of runic slash um well, the closest thing you can describe it is the alphabet for draconic and giant and common.
Huh. These are the alphabets. Like, that's common, that's Draconic, that's Giant. Do you see anything else? Eeny Mimo?
Yeah. Trying to actually make out some of this. And you see Marnie and Mo kind of squint a look around, and then you feel something tap on your shoulder.
What is it, guys? As Mad Lad turns around.
Um, they're all, I would like to say they're all on their back underneath this table, by the way. Like, they've just got their legs sticking out. And you see that it's Eeny has tapped you on the shoulder, doesn't say a word, and then just looks up and then pecks at a point. Careful not to, like, scratch the table, and then looks at you and then pecks a point.
Mad Lad looks where they're pointing.
Um, can't read it. And he looks at you and then looks back at this thing and then looks at you and then looks back at this thing, and then looks at you. Wanna roll an insight?
Mad Lad will roll an insight. Okay, okay. That's a what is that? Light isn't hitting this weird. Okay, that's a 15 plus 3. That's a 18.
Cool. Notice that as Eni looks back at the writing, then back at you, they're not looking at you. They're kind of like pointing their beak at your pocket, and then looking back at your face, then looking back at what's written down, then back at you.
Oh wait,
You can tell they want something.
the notes. As Mad Lad pulls out the notes,
Hmm.
and he is like
Okay.
pulls out the chest notes.
Yeah, so obviously you've got the map, which I think was probably out the whole time,
Yeah.
on the ship. So now you pull out the ledger, which has the weird, funky coordinates on it, and then you pull out the indecipherable, uh, friggin' what you call it?
Uh.
Indecipherable thingy.
Yeah.
Indecipherable document. Um, and as you look at this and then you look at where Eni is poked, there are a couple of languages that seem to have been used to make this. The only one you're familiar with is Draconic. And it's odd that you didn't realise this before. Maybe it's something to do with the handwriting. But you do realise that some of these letters slash glyphs on the document are Draconic.
Huh. Some of these are draconic. Maybe Mad Lad sort of looks at the floor with the other alphabet. Maybe we can use the other like we find the symbols leading to the other languages and line those up with their alphabets, and we'll be able to decipher this.
Oof. Ah, jeez. All right. Okay. So, I suppose it's snooping time.
It's snooping time.
Wait. Hang on a second. He'll pop out from under the table quickly. Right, lads. One of us has got to do watch duty. But I did it last time. Yes, well, no, I did it the time before that. And then you hear a dong dong. Yes, Eni. All right, fine. We'll do this the old-fashioned way. Um, and as they mutter to themselves, and you hear what sounds like multiple rounds of rock paper scissors occurring. Feel free to roll investigation.
Mad Lad will indeed roll an investigation.
Yes.
Let's see.
So they're trying to decide who takes watch.
Okay. It's a. Alright, rolling 15 is my number today.
It's nice. It's nice. So it does take you a little bit because I mean, transcribing words takes a bit of time.
Yeah.
I feel like with a 17, whilst it's done quite a bit quicker, probably from like the excitement of you think this is gonna lead somewhere,
Uh-huh.
it still does take a bit of time to decipher and decipher. Yeah, after about, gosh, at least an hour probably. You probably have to stretch and take breaks and walk around a little bit.
Yeah, Mad
Um,
Lad gets snacks from the boat and brings it back for them to eat. Since Mad Lad always makes sure that he has food on the boat.
You put the food down. You look away. You look back. The food is gone. There is only crunching noises coming from one particular head. Um, yeah, no, you eventually do decipher at least some of what's on this note, and from what you can get, seems to be names. Um, I don't really recognize any of them. Um, you do recognize that at the bottom, um, written, uh, written at the bottom is, um, the gate is closed. Sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to remember what I thought.
It's alright.
Yes. Okay. So at the bottom is the gate is closed. So too is the key.
The
Check
key.
below. Hang on. Let me type this out.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No,
my
you're.
brain is stutters now.
It's okay.
What is written at the bottom is the gate is closed, but so too is the key. Look below, for eyes there shall not see.
The gate is closed, but so too is the key. Look below, for eyes that there shall not see.
I have absolutely no idea what that means. Not a Scooby.
For I say,
Hmm.
look below, for eyes there shall not see. Mad Lad is doing a big think dunk. Do they mean below the water? Is it in the water? As Mad Lad sort of goes over to the edge of where the beach is and like looks into the little bay.
Look into the bay, and with your dancing lights, all you get is a reflection, your reflection back. As the water goes further out towards the entrance, it just gets darker and black.
Mm, I don't see anything from at least above the water.
Hmm. So, right, but what's this about like a gate and a key? And you hear like a scraping noise as they scramble themselves out from underneath the table. Probably like the clink of a bottle as it's knocked around from where it's laying on the floor. Eh, gate is. What was that thing you said about the gate and a key?
Yeah, the
And
gate is closed, but so too is the key. It reads.
hmm. Gate is closed. Where's a gate? I haven't seen a gate in here. Or a key, actually. So is that. Hmm. Now, is that literal or metaphorical?
I
Gosh, I hate
mean,
littles.
depends. I mean, Mad Lad looks towards the entrance. He's like, gate gate is an opening, but that's technically like the way we came in is not closed. Um, maybe it's somewhere on the walls here. Maybe we didn't look around, but Mad Lad just is just sort of like frustrated.
Hmm. Uh, you see Miney and Mo just kind of cocking their heads and looking around. But you hear the sound of feet coming up to you and like a tap tap on your shoulder.
Huh? Yeah.
Uh, Minnie, still silent, just looks over at the table, back at you, and it ducks their head so it's like below the table and then looks back at you.
Oh, Mad Lad goes to look at where they're looking.
Yeah, you look below the table, and it is just like smooth stone for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But he looks at you, then looks back down, then looks at you, then looks back down, then kind of starts to shuffle and look around the crates.
You think it's underneath something? As Mad Lad like looks around where they were looking at, but also like he also looks at the crates.
Yeah, so again, there's a lot of crates, dusty and empty, some are wooden, broken apart. But there are also some crates that are still sealed.
Mm-hmm. Mad Lad looks at the crates that are still sealed. Let's try
Um,
opening those.
before you do, hang on just a moment. And you hear a rustling noise. Um, thank God. Um, you hear the sound of two swing swing noises as Eenie and Mo have pulled out their swords. And Miney's like, look, just don't randomly start cracking stuff open unless you've got a weapon in hand. It's usually not a good idea.
Probably a good idea. You never know if those might be, say they might be mimics. As Mad Lad takes out his gun.
At least it's not a cloaker. Hate cloakers. Terrible, awful little creatures. Big creatures, actually, rather big creatures.
Mad Lad
Kind
nods. Haven't had
they
the.
sidle up.
Sorry, you go.
I was gonna say they just sidle up next to Mad Lad as he begins to open one of the crates.
Yeah. Does it take any effort to open these crates, or can he open
Oh,
them?
yeah, you have to roll a strength check.
Okay.
Yes. These things don't have like a latch or an opening anywhere. They just seem to be like a wooden boxes, pretty tightly sealed together.
Okay. Is this a straight strength or a saving throw? Or
That'd be a
athletics?
strength check. Oh well, no, you can do athletics if you want.
Okay,
You can just roll.
I say
Uh,
athletics sort of makes sense. Trying to heave up a thing. All right, not the best roll. Well, it's still pretty good with modifiers.
17. Okay. With a 17, how do you do it? Like, are you punching this? Are you lifting it? What are you doing?
Matt actually probably puts away the gun, takes out a sword to like crowbar it open.
Okay. So with a 17, it takes a lot of effort, but you do kind of crack a corner of it open. And a puff of dust comes out. And, yeah. You looking inside, or
Yep, he's looking inside.
look inside. Are you still casting dancing lights?
Yes, he is.
Cool. You look inside, and it's not empty. Just as you were jiggling the side of the box, you did hear like a little rumble as it moved about. But as you kind of shine the light in there, you can't see a whole lot. You see like a couple of like little pieces of metal at the bottom. Some look like coins, and some just look like hunks of metal. When I say hunks, I mean sheets.
Fair enough. Mad Lad's probably gonna start taking out stuff to examine it.
Yeah, you take it out, and they just. Some of these are just like warped little bits of copper and like alloy or silver. Then you pull some other stuff out, and they're like copper plates. Not like armor plates, but like decorative ones. And there's like one that has vines and flowers carved around the edges, and in the middle stands what looks to be a deer done in bronze. And there's another one that has seems to be done in some precious metal. You're not sure which one, but it has what looks to be a scale pattern around it, and dragons, sort of like Eastern style dragons,
Mm-hmm.
interweaved around the edges, um, with um, four squares sectioned out in the middle. Um, yeah, there's a few things like this. There's like just odds and ends. Some of them is like figurines, and some of them are just little hunks of metal, unshaped.
Hmm. Are there any writing on like the sheets of metal?
Uh, if you look around and then look at the back, there seems to be um like a trader's mark, like a creator's mark.
Mm-hmm.
It's not one you recognize. You,
Fair
you
enough.
do know that these are real kind, by the way. They're not toonish metals. These are very real kind items.
Huh. This is definitely a real kind of metal.
Hmm. What's the difference between that and like toonish metal? Yeah, like metal's metal, innit? Still breaks your hand when you punch it.
Yes, indeed. But there's different sort of properties to each. Similar to like how we have sort of outlines. They say so does Tunish metal.
Hmm. Well, if you say so, personally to me, just metal's metal, and they tung tung tap on uh one of the plates.
Yeah, it's also easier to like create magic items with tune metal than real kind metal because it's already somewhat infused with magic already.
Hmm. If you say so. Again, we don't know much the difference between the two, but we trust your word for it. Yeah, I mean, metal was metal, innit?
Mhm. Let's look at some of the other boxes that are say not open.
Yeah. Ooh, there are a few little coins and stuff in there, though. Do you want them?
They say if you don't want them, I'll take them.
Yeah, there's a. I don't think these are. I think there's like a couple each. There's enough for a couple each, yeah? Yeah, that looks like a couple each. So they kind of reach in with one of their feet, grab them, and then hands you two. Um, and if you look at them, you see that one is stamped with very old. Hmm, I don't know if I don't know if Mad Lad would know who that is actually. Um, would Mad Lad know about the Antlered King?
Mad Lad would have
He
probably
told.
heard stories about it. Him, like, he has
Hmm,
been, like, going to school actually now, and he's been to the libraries and finding books that he likes. He's probably heard of and he's been actually going through different fairy tales because he's been getting into some fae shit. So he's been researching all different sorts of things. So he probably has heard about the Antler King, but not go much into detail.
okay. Um, well then, with one of these, one of them looks a little familiar, but you're not sure why. It's a real kind coin, but it's got a weird sort of Toonish like emblem on it. Or at least it looks like it should be Toonish. Um, and then you got another coin, and you don't recognize this one at all. It's made of some weird metal, probably copper.
Hmm. The coin isn't modern, but that's to be expected. But it looks familiar, but I can't put my finger on it. It's like on the tip of my tongue.
Hmm. They hold up both coins to the light, which is to say, Eeny, Money, and Mo do. What's your history, lads? Oh boy. Eh, does this ring any bells to either of you two? Uh,
You know what? Not really. It's just a couple of coins, I guess.
Might have to be something we look up a bit later. So, you know those people have all these coin collectors that like all this weird, like, old stuff, even though it's technically not actually very valuable anymore.
At least not as a form of currency. Sometimes it's about, the content, like wizards.
Oh, don't get me started on wizard stuff. Um, so just kind of nod and then shove those coins in the hammer space.
Mad Lad
Um,
shoves his. He's like, well, historians usually pay a pretty penny for like coins that are relatively, well, not even sometimes relatively. It's like sometimes they pay well for old coins like this.
yeah, sometimes, but I mean, people collect all sorts of weird odd and ends.
We once had a lady that tried to found like a weird teapot in a place, and a lady tried to buy it from us,
And we said, no, of course not. We're not going to give it to you.
and then she stole it.
Huh.
Well, I guess she really wanted a teapot.
Must have been some teapot.
Yeah, no, it's a fancy little thing, but it's just a pot.
Some people collect anything these days.
Yeah, I agree there.
Just all three just kind of sadly shake their heads, then look around. It's like, right, so what am I doing? Right, next crate. This one. They knock on one. Right, you got your turn. Lads, it's time for us to work our magic.
Right then.
And I'm gonna roll athletics to open this one. So the thing is, Eeny Money Mo are trying to open this with their swords. Their swords are not meant for prying things open. Their swords are meant for slicing things open. So they kind of try to pry it open, and the minute they do, the sharp edges of their swords get cut into the grooves, or cut grooves into the sides of it, and then just get stuck. They're just like, ah, yep, okay, no, mates, come on, no, Mo, that way. Right, Eenie, no, that's not. You're just digging your sword in deeper. And you see them just kind of struggle with this crate.
Mad Lad's like, do you need help?
No, we're fine. We got this. We have absolutely got this. They say as they continue to struggle, and this is where I roll a strength sing. What is their strength? What is your strength? What is your strength? Oh, that's your strength. Nice. Cool. They kind of yank their swords out. They don't fall over. Just shake their heads and like, right, okay. Might want to take this one. You seem to be pretty good at that. We'll just hang back at the ready just in case.
Mad Lad smiles. Alright. As Mad Lad goes to make another athletics.
Go for it.
Oh my god, it's a nat 20.
Fuck yeah. You have figured out the knack. This crate is just like the last one, except probably weaker. At least it's a little closer to the shore than the other ones, and at least this is like an alcove kind of deal,
Yeah.
and it's a little closer down towards the beach, and it looks a little more what's the word, rotten. As you pry it open, and it pops open easy peasy. As it does, you hear something gong, 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 pop out and roll away from the dancing lights into the shadows. The contents of this particular crate, they seem to be like weird little tubes.
Huh. Tubes. And Mad Lad like gets them out and holds them up to the light.
You hold them up to the light and roll me a d4.
Alright. 4.
Oh, okay. Before you hold up this tube and it's made of wood. And as you hold it up, you hear like a noise come from it. Um, Holding it up to the light, there's like little, what almost look like water droplets carved on the side.
Hmm.
Hang on a second, mate. And they click their fingers. That's a rainmaker thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think that's its name. I'm pretty sure it's called a rainmaker. Probably double check on that. That's
at least that's how we know it is. It's like a musical instrument thing.
Huh. Neat. But also, I want to check out something. Something rolled out of the crate as Mad Lad. Follows, makes dancing lights to see what felt like rolled out of the crate.
um. As you follow where it went, you go further towards, off of the stone, a little further towards the sand of the bay. And sitting in the sand is a little ball. It looks like it's. You don't recognize the material actually, but it does look like there's a band of metal around the middle of it. And it meets together to make a circle.
Huh. It's like, it's a bowl circle. As Mad Lad picks it up.
In a sec. Need to roll a couple things. No, don't roll that. Never mind. I'm gonna peer down at this. You hear the metal plate shift as I don't exactly know what that is.
It does. I don't know why. It does look a bit familiar, but I can't think about where from.
Mad Lad looks at this and he sort of shakes it to see if it's similar to their little rainmaker, if there's any noise.
It doesn't make a noise.
Mad Lad is curious. He's gonna try to. Looks like there's a band amount around the middle. It's a band of metal around in the middle. It's like he's gonna see if he can like open it, like twist and open it.
Twist it open. Okay. You try to twist it and it doesn't.
Are there any grooves that would allow him to open it any other way?
Well, the two bits of metal form a circle and then form like a band around the middle. The metal there seems like very slightly scratched.
I'm trying to picture this, but it's hard for me to picture this.
Okay, let me make it easier. Give me a second. This will give it away incredibly quickly, but I think it will be easier for you, so it's fine.
I'm sorry.
Would you just like? No, you're good. I'm not good at explaining things sometimes. So the particular color of this one, it's actually completely clear all the way through.
Ah.
It's
Yeah.
a band of metal, and then it meets in the middle, and it forms a circle.
Mad Lad pushes the
That's it.
button.
You hear a tss unlocking sound as it pops open, and there's nothing inside.
Huh. For some reason, I thought there'd be something inside.
Didn't
Mad,
get a response.
Mad Lad, like, closes the ball. Huh. Interesting. You ever seen anything like this, Eeny Mimo? As he, like, reopens it again and closes it.
Yeah, cool. Roll insight.
Okay, that is a. Alright. That was wrong. That was a 13. That was supposed to be a 3. So for 16.
Oh, Mad Lad, you look back up at Eeny Money Mo. And from where they're standing, they are casting a bit of a shadow on top of you. Their necks have kind of reared back, and you can only compare the shape to like a cobra. Um, and their feathers are fluffed up, and their tail is twitching. Um, they look down at the thing and say, "I don't really remember seeing anything like that."
Yeah, it doesn't. It rings a bell, but I don't remember where we
Don't remember where we saw it.
must have seen it somewhere.
Oh, yeah, I know, I just can't remember. Well, I know he's giving me a bad vibe.
Yeah, no, I think you should put that down, mate. It's not filling me with any good feelings, tell you what.
Alright. As Mad Lad puts the ball down, which to the audience, it's a Pokeball. uh, and Mad Lad puts it down to see what else is in that chest that they opened.
We'll say you had to kind of walk away from the crate, pick the ball up.
Yeah.
And if you just leave the ball on the floor,
I mean, he's probably gonna put it on the table to like put with the other stuff that they found.
okay. Yeah, if you're going back to the crate and you have a look around, there are more glass tubes. Some of them are made of glass, some of them are made of wood. Some seem to have like sand in it. One seems to be just completely made of some sort of dark material that absorbs light. So no matter what direction you hold it in, it's just dark. Another one seems to just be like, how do I describe this? It seems to be like a leather sewn shut. It's got something in it, but you don't know what it is, or it feels firm to the touch at least.
Mad Lad will investigate it, see what's in it.
You unlace the wrapping on it and open it up. There's some weird gelatinous yellow substance.
Huh. That's weird.
As you say that, you hear like a clunk come from behind you. And you hear Marty say, "Yeah, no, that's it's definitely totally very much very very weird." And some clanking of the armor as some things fall off of the table. It's like, oops, Mo, watch where you're crapping there, mate.
Yeah, sorry, knocking some stuff over here. Sorry, later.
And they just pick things up and randomly put them back on the table.
Yeah, like they say, I found this weird yellow gelatinous stuff as he like shows it to them.
All three heads lean over and look at each other and then shake their head. No idea what that is.
Yeah, my brain, no, not a clue. I haven't a clue.
Mad Lad wraps it back up and continues searching. Also, see,
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it.
Also, I see what you're doing here?
No, you don't. See nothing. Nothing's wrong. Everything's fine.
I stare. I say I see you, but Mad Lad's gonna keep going.
Okay. I'm gonna roll something for these boys. Actually, another thing. What, are you going through the same box?
He's gonna go for if that box he gone through everything. He's gonna go to the next box that hasn't been opened.
Okay, cool. Roll me another athletics.
Yeah. Okay, not as good as the others, but that's a 14.
Um, so with a 14, you are able to like weaken the box a bit, but you can't quite get it open.
Do you think you guys can help? I like almost have this one, but this one's a bit hard.
Yeah, no, we can totally help you out.
No, yeah, absolutely.
And they come over, and I'm gonna roll an athletics for them as well. God, they've been rolling like garbage today, except to see stuff. Kind of look at where you pried it open, and they try to like they're about to use their swords again, and like, no, wait, no swords this time. Let's try and use our fingies. And they try to hook their claw in, but their claw is too thick, and they cannot grasp. They kind of look around and like, I don't actually think we can open this one. They kind of boom boom knock on the side. Um, Look around it. I don't actually know if this thing's got anything in it, to be honest.
Hmm. Mad Lad looks at this. It's like, maybe one more, say, maybe we try doing it together and try to give it one more shot.
Yeah, all right, let's do it.
I'm not pretty sure which one of them out of the two has the higher athletics, but
Uh, do. Eeny, money, modo. They got a +5.
yeah, Mad Lad will give them the help action.
Neat. They need the help. So that's a 16, which is pretty good. 17, which is slightly better. Okay. So, Eeny, Money, Mo and Bad Lad attack this plank with a vengeance. Eventually you hear the crack, the creaking, the splintering, the groaning, and one of the boards comes away. And if you look inside, empty.
Okay, you're right.
Your good instincts about where treasure is.
And we kind of know where treasure isn't.
Onto themselves.
All right. Mad Lad looks to see if there's any other boxes that haven't been opened already.
Um. Hmm. One.
Only one left.
Hmm?
Is there only one left?
Yes.
Okay. Mad Lad goes over and tries to open that box.
Cool. Roll me athletics.
Athletics, the game. Ooh! All right.
Athletics, the game.
That's a dirty 20 with a 17 on the die.
Excellent. You're kind of annoyed you couldn't do the last one, probably. So you just kind of put your back into this and pop it open. And you hear thunk as two sacks kind of flump to the floor.
To what?
Sacks.
Sacks?
It's like burlap sacks tied together, yeah.
Huh. Mad Lad opens the sacks.
So the first sack has a bunch of rocks in it. Shiny pebbles. Shiny rocks.
Ooh,
Gemstones, like semi-precious gemstones. Think more like tiger's eye, quartz, tiger's eye, rose quartz, hematite,
Yeah.
etc., etc. I don't know how much Mad Lad knows about rocks.
He knows what to look for like valuable like rock/gemstones. He's like, ooh, these will fetch a good price.
Yeah, you look at these and you think there's got to be some wizard out there that wants a couple of these.
Yeah.
You know, a few of these can probably be used for divination spells as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one, how do I describe this? Give me a second for the words.
All right.
The other one has bundles of something all tied together. They look like dried grass.
Hmm. This doesn't look familiar to me. Does it to you, Eenie Mighty Mo?
Kind of squint down and nose at it a little, and Eenie picks one up and starts to slowly chew, before getting a whack on the back of the head and spitting it out. Stop eating the treasure.
Might not even be treasure, let's be fair.
Well, we don't know it's not treasure, but it's not going to be treasure if it's in his gullet.
Right,
Let's, start off with this. Nature, let's do bloody hell, I've got a ranger and they've got no bonuses in nature. Love it. Well, to us,
in our professional opinion,
as they scratch underneath their beaks, it looks like a
bunch of grasses.
oh yeah, bunch of grasses. They both nod solemnly.
I mean, clearly as you've said, they've got no outline on them, so they're probably not Toonkind.
Mad Lad nods. And could he roll nature to see if he can figure this out?
Yes, please do.
Mad Lad,
Boy, you're idiots.
look,
Not Mad Lad.
look. I always find it weird that nature's an intelligence skill and not a wisdom skill. I feel like it should be for like rangers and druids, but no, that was. Let's see. All right. Okay. That first one was cocked again because it hit one of my other dice, but this is a lot better. Nature is a 2 for him, so that's going to be a dirty 20.
Nice. You look at these grasses and, yeah, you're probably familiar with some of these. You've probably had the ships you've been on in the past. Probably have some of this. These are like, it's been coined the term sage grasses, which is to say these are things that are burned either alongside incense or in place of incense to ward off evil spirits. Some of these you definitely know are going to be used in potions, and also probably as some components. You're not sure for what spells, you're not that good at magic, but maybe some. They've definitely got some magical. Whilst they're not magical in of themselves, they do have some magical boosting properties, you think.
Yeah, Mad Lad nods. She's like, actually, come to take a look at this. Some of these grasses look like some incense that could be burned. Like, some of these grasses you can take and burn for incense. Other these kind of look like, I'm not very sure what spells would need to use these, but they kind of look like maybe some, say, is a spell component sort of stuff. And
The
I
minute
think
you
that.
say,
Sorry, you
go
go.
ahead. As I say, the minute you say spell components, you see all three heads kind of perk up, and the tail flicks up sharply. Spell components. Okay, that could be
It could be quite useful.
not for us necessarily, but
We know someone who
I'll be interested in this sort of stuff.
Mad Lad nods. Yeah, and like, I'm not very sure if you know anyone about potions, but I think maybe a few of them are also good for potions. Like, these aren't magical in itself, but could possibly, in theory, boost magic in a recipe.
Ooh, potency stuff.
It could be pretty good. Yeah.
Just all three heads just kind of bob and nod at each other. Yeah, all right, let's pack some of this away, and I think a few people who would be able to appreciate these. Yeah, they're gonna put these in their hammer space. Gonna take a few of the gems. Gonna take random bundles of grasses. They do not know which are which, and they do not care.
Mad Lad chuckles as he watches this. Like, so have you what kind of spellcasters have you been coming across that some may need these?
it's not so much who we've come across, more who we've met before.
Yeah, there's we know someone that we think could really use these.
Although
Oh,
I've
who?
not really heard. What did you say?
I would say Mad Lad asked who, out of curiosity.
You probably wouldn't know her.
Yeah, she's she's a wizard, and I mean, she goes to, well, she doesn't go to uni.
She studies, does research on like behalf of, magical melodies and such.
Yeah, she's really good at that. Good at her job.
And she's probably still researching and stuff, but it's
In case she wants to fiddle around with some other things for a bit,
it's probably a good idea just to give her a little bit of enrichment.
give her an option at least.
Mad Lad nods at this. That's fair. I'm still curious. Say what's their name? Maybe if I come across them while I'm at school or something. I don't know. I actually been going to school, but that's for a different reason. I'm like, Mad Lad just sort of sort of blushes out of embarrassment.
Never went to school, never needed school.
The only thing we needed was a sword in our hand and an erection and a rescue.
It's really all you really need. School sounds difficult.
I know. That's why I keep telling Missy, but they insisted I go to school, and at least having at least one friend there makes it bearable.
Yeah, friends do tend to make the hard stuff a lot easier.
Yeah, but anyways, but since I have to travel to academia every once in a while, what's their name? Maybe I'll happen to wander by them someday.
There's a lot of humming and eyeing and tilting of the heads from side to side. Well, I mean,
If you do meet them, don't.
they kind of look at each other. Should we tell? Alright, fine. Okay, so her name's Crystal, and seen her for a little while. You probably won't meet her. The chances of you meeting her are very, very small. She's a very busy lady. But if for some reason you do end up meeting her, just I guess just say hi.
But it probably won't happen, so don't worry about it.
Mad Lad has prayer hands. What's their last name? And this is important.
This is where I roll a history because I don't know if they remember her last name. God. Hmm. Something to do with. Was it with light
Or glass. Like spyglass?
No.
Is it
It's all
Everlight?
Click a finger. Yep, that rings a bell.
Yeah, that definitely rings a bell.
Mad Lad has prayer hands.
All
No,
three
I
heads are cocked to the side.
1 second.
There.
Yeah, gonna eat it. I'm just sort of nibbling on it. No, it's good. I've just been doing this. All right, sorry. I had to tell my husband something really quickly, but that's like, okay. Long story short, I mean, I basically have to go to the doctor eventually, and they were the doctor that I'm going to.
Kind of rest back on their haunches, and they clasp both of their claws together, and they put their hands back at you. Okay, firstly, why do you have to go to the doctor?
Secondly, of course it's going to be Crystal. I don't think we've actually met anyone else that specialises in magical melodies, but that implies that
You have a magical melody.
there's something up going on.
You Mad Lad.
There,
Yeah, like they're both having rare hands. Like Mad Lad is like, yeah, there's something up with me. It has to do with my physiology, and they specialize in that in Toonkind research.
right, okay.
Is this perhaps something we should have known about before embarking on an adventure?
No. It's cool. Like, it's not dangerous. He is not dangerous. We have a peace treaty.
Oh God.
As you say that, Barney goes on. Do you need an inhaler or like a mobility aid? And they go to reach for their hammer space, and they roll a fucking nat one. So it is 20 time. Damn it! I didn't pull out the fumble chart. Why am I like this?
It's okay.
Please continue speaking whilst they fumble.
Mad Lad's like, I don't need a mobility aid or something. It's something completely different, and very complicated to say the least. Though it doesn't impede my way to have adventures so far. Like, it technically did in the past, but again, I have found a way to get around it. Well, not get around it, I had to face it. But now we're cool. And I'm right now stable.
As they are fumbling, Mo is looking directly at you, Mad Lad.
Mate, the more you're speaking, the more concerned I'm getting, to be honest, because I'm not quite putting together what exactly you're talking about. There's apparently another person involved, but they made peace with you, and is there someone trying to stop you from going on adventures?
It's not like, did you get yourself a parent or something? You should never have gotten yourself a parent, mate.
But that ship has sailed a long time ago. I have multiple parents now, but that's a different topic for a different day. But no, Mad Lad just takes in a deep breath, takes it and releases it. I have two souls inside of me. My own soul and then a different soul.
Lovely. Want to roll an insight on that?
Yeah. What's your insight? Okay, not bad.
Also, for their
That's a
fumble
nat
roll.
one.
Oh, god damn. Okay.
That's a
Never
nat
mind.
one. Mad Lad doesn't see shit.
It's fine. Don't worry, Mad Lad. It's fine. But yeah, you just get the boys kind of stop, and Miney pulls out a ghostly looking top hat with a yellow ribbon wrapped around the middle of it. It's like kind of phantasmal. Looks very dapper. But he stops and just stares at you with that thing in its mouth. He shakes his head, puts it back in, goes for another rumble. Actually, because you said you didn't need it, he's just going to put it back in his hammer space.
Two souls. You said two souls, right?
Yeah, it's complicated. I'm telling you this because I'm trusting you guys with this secret. I trust you. And I don't know exactly what's going on with my body since according to the other soul, whose name is Alexander, it may not be completely normal, hence why we're going to see a doctor to see what's up with it. But I don't want this secret coming out. I'm very sensitive about it.
Right. Now, thank you very much for entrusting us with such a secret.
We shall so swear. Arrange a vow.
Puts a hand on the little chest with a dong.
We shall swear with Ranger's vow that we shall not reveal this information
Keep it safely tucked away
within our brains,
in our chest plates.
in our badges.
That is where it shall stay.
Mad Lad smiles at them. Say, thank you. That means a lot.
You're welcome.
They flash you a thumbs up.
Now, not normal. I've got to say, I don't know much about the soul stuff.
We're not exactly soulful fellas.
Not exactly soul fellas, but I don't think I've heard of that before.
Yeah. Again, I'm still trying to get used to that idea too. We're trying to figure things out. Like, there's a lot of baggage that apparently the other soul has. And I'm not very sure if today's the day that I want to, like, tell everything. Because I wanted my happy pirate adventure. I want to just hang out and be with you guys with no worry in a world. Don't have to worry about like plots or anything because I feel like this has to do with a plot thing and I don't want to worry about plot things right now.
Slow nods from all three heads. Yeah, that's fair enough, mate.
Yeah, we haven't exactly been in a plot thing ourselves, so we couldn't really tell you what that's all about, but
don't worry too much about it. Is what I'd say. It happens when it happens, and when it does happen, or if it does happen, with those sorts of things and those sorts of stories, they don't tend to just be about a solo venture. They do tend to have like support. So even if something happens with your plot or whatever's going on with it, then you probably got people to help you out.
yeah, we'll definitely be there to help you out if you need it.
Mad Lad nods, and I thank you for that. And if I do really need help, say I'll contact you guys.
All three heads nod. We would be very happy if you did.
It's we don't like seeing our rookies in trouble,
They reach out and they kind of scrub your hair with one of their talons.
Yeah, Mad Lad chuckles and smiles. Yeah, but is Crystal really nice? Like, I'm still nervous about meeting her.
Kind of glance at each other. Well, you think they do when they tilt their helmets.
Nice. She's very polite.
I suppose it depends. She's very tolerant.
Quite polite.
She's not mean or anything.
Yeah, no, she's. I'd say she's nice.
She's very good at her job. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, she's bloody good at her job. Dot. You're in safe hands with Crystal. She's dynamite. Don't worry about. She'll get it done for you. Yeah.
Well, she will. Hopefully, she
learns to put things down for a second.
she has a kind of lean in and like she has a bit of a bad habit of taking everything on all at once and. Well, we tried to talk her about it once.
I think her sister's tried to talk that.
Yeah, sister's tried to talk about it. But she has a bad habit of just picking stuff up and then not putting it down, and then she works on too many things all at once, and it's it's a bit of a lot. But she's good at what she does, and she'll take care of you. So if you're worried about her being like mean or something, she's not gonna poke you with nothing.
Unless it's completely and utterly unnecessary, and then she'll probably double check and make sure you're alright with it.
Mad Lad nods. That's good to hear. Yeah, I heard about her because, like, my friend Missy she's like, they're part of her family. So, yeah.
Nods. At least you've got an in with them as well. It's always a plus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, let us know how it goes, and hopefully it all turns out well for you, mate.
Yeah, and I could tell if you know them and say maybe I'll tell them like if you want me to say hi for them, like tell her that you guys said hi. I can.
Uh, yeah, just hi, just hi is fine. Just hi, and they're all right. And oh wait a second, actually. And they reach into their hammer space again. And they pull out an envelope. And all three head center you Mad Lad and say,
So, actually, if might ask a favour of you, if that is the case, um, can we trust you to not open something? Not be nosy about it.
Mad Lad nods and looks at the letter, sort of already knowing his duties. Like Mad Lad is like, I promise I'll get this to her as fast as I can, and will not look at it.
no, don't, it's not a rush, mate.
Yeah, no, there's no need to rush about it or nothing. It's just when you get there, and you get there.
Yeah, it's just make sure that she gets it, alright? It's
I will
pretty
make sure.
important.
I will make sure she gets it, and he does a salute.
They salute him back and they hand it over, and you do see it stamped with like a wax seal of their ranger badge, which you have not seen have a wax seal of, but okay. Yeah. Do you feel I'm gonna roll something. They've been sitting and chatting for a while. As they hand it over, they do kind of reach in and look at what they're looking at and say, well, have you had any more thoughts about that bloody riddle?
I've not had any thoughts about the bloody river riddle because I'm no good at riddles.
Either way.
Yeah, we're much more dungeon crawler, hack and slash, I believe.
Not to say we can't solve a riddle, just,
It's one of those things that takes a bit more time than we really can afford to lose when you're in the middle of a dungeon fighting for your life, you know?
Mad Lad nods. Yeah. Could I possibly roll an intelligence for him?
Yes, please.
Because I was saying that out of character, but honestly, it's within character too. I'm no good at riddles. Come on.
Neither am I.
Okay. Alright. Okay. That is a 19 on the die. Thank God for the dice gods. So 19 plus 2 equals 21.
With a 21, you think about the riddle. The gate is closed, but so too is the key. Look below, for eyes there shall not see. So, you think about the whole thing, and you think about the gate, which is closed, so there is something that is locked, but then the key is probably also locked. Or at least put somewhere that was supposed to be closed up. Look below, obviously. You need to look below. So the floor or the cove. You check both of those places and you couldn't really see anything. For eyes there shall not see. Well, you did kind of look over at what you're handling now, and some of these gemstones are known as cat's eye gemstones. They have that sheen in them, the slice of white light that cuts through the colours.
Mad Lad takes a cat's eye gemstone. Ugh.
And so I'm trying to figure out how to explain this without literally just telling you exactly. Would you rather I just tell you exactly what to do? I'm
See, I
sorry, I
had a
thought
thought
this
while
was
you're
worth
reading that. I was
thinking.
like, wait, is there a secret key underneath the original chest? Is there like a secret compartment underneath the like within the box that they found?
Um, no,
Dang
they are
it.
all just sorry. Um, but you will get a tap on the shoulder. From Eni. Looks at what you picked up, and then looks underneath the table, and then back at you, and then back at the table, and then back at you.
Oh? Mad Lad goes underneath the table with a cat's eye and kind of shines the light at it, like at the table.
So the table doesn't really do anything. But as you shuffle underneath it, you do feel like a weird little groove in the floor.
Ooh, Mad Lad, say feels the groove and is like, wait, this is it. And Mad Lad takes the cat's eye and puts it in the groove.
Uh, what way do you put it in?
Where the white light of the cat's eye is in the socket, like it's pointing downwards into the ground.
Okay, cool. You slot it in like that, and you hear a click, and ground beneath you rumbles a little bit. Then slowly rising up in front of you beneath the table, a little bit of, like a tiny stone pillar, like maybe 2 inches wide at most, kind of pops up, and on top of it is a small, very small chest. Can't be bigger than your hand. Probably the size of a jewelry box, actually.
Guys, I think I found the treasure!
Ow, picking finally.
Man, I was wondering if we had to go through everything to, find the dang thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mad Lad takes the small jewelry box chest, and opens it. Gets out from underneath the table, then opens it so they can all see.
uh, you open the small little jewelry box. It looks to be done in. It looks like glass, but it doesn't feel like glass. It feels like ice, but solidified.
Yeah.
Like you can almost feel the condensation on your fingers as you lift your hands away, but they're dry. Um, and as you open it up, you look inside, and inside there are three rocks.
3 what? Say that again, please.
Three rocks.
All right.
And as you tilt them in the light, they have a little bit of a blue sheen, but other than that, they're just blue rocks.
Do they say Mad Lad picks up one of the rocks and shines it in the light?
You shine it in the light, there seems to be like tiny, tiny, tiny lettering on it, but other than that, it's just a blue rock.
Do these look familiar to you? Also, do they feel magical? Can I roll Arcana?
May.
All right.
May also roll investigation if that doesn't work out.
Investigation? I think it's the
Either
same.
or.
It's the same.
Oh, that's fine.
All right. All right. Let's. I mean, it's not that high, but we'll see if he can at least detect some sorts of trace magic. With the 13.
Um, there is. You get the sense these are magical, but you don't know what they are.
Mad Lad, look at this. Okay, I think these are magical, but I have no peck of what they do.
Well, I mean, you could probably take it to Crystal whenever you see her. She might be able to have a look at it.
Or, or whatever. If you know someone that knows magic stuff, they could have a look.
And they reach in and they pick one up. They look at the other one that's in there. That one is actually broken. It's lots of little tiny pebbles. As you hold up the other ones to the light, this one doesn't shine blue.
So one's broken, the other two are just two light blue rocks.
Yeah, so the two that are solid and whole, they shine blue, but the one that's broken doesn't.
You know, this chest is like not. It's kind of, in a way, kind of made out of ice. I wonder if Chifley would know anything about this. He's an ice guy.
Well, I mean, if he knows his magic, he might do.
I mean, he's a sorcerer, and he's close to a god anyways, so if he doesn't know, he can ask his god, I'm hoping.
You hear like the clanking of armor. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's always worth an ask if you know some magic fellas about that know about their magic.
Then it's always worth an ask. Checking in on them and stuff, you know?
Mad Lad
Like
nods.
it's nonsense.
Yeah, like, I don't know anyone other than possibly this crystal that may know this, but he's another magic-y sort of guy, and this chest is like, it's not glass, but it sort of feels like ice. And again, he specializes in ice magic, so maybe he would know?
I'm gonna roll an arcana for these boys. Not that it's gonna get me anywhere, because they have precisely bugger all in their arcana. Yeah, no, that's a nat one. That's a nat one. They don't know shit. It sure is a box.
Yes, it sure is a box.
But, hooray! You have done the thing. Sorry, I'm not too sure where to go from here.
I don't know either.
Adventure has closed. I mean,
That probably then, like, they take up their loot and get on the boat, and it's just like they sail back off to Carminia's place.
yes.
And Mad Lad just Mad Lad probably say it's just like, the moment I know what these stones do, I'll come back and I'll come back to you and tell you about it.
I mean, you don't have to go and find us. You can just write us if you find us. You know, it's
Don't go too far away, you know?
That's-
Yeah. This
That's
is a fun little jaunt, mate. So,
yeah,
thanks for taking us out.
no problem. It's been a lot of fun. And I really much enjoyed it. Hope you guys did.
yeah. I mean, rather not be out there. Point at the ocean next time. But it was an all right little jaunt.
Mad Lad smiles. Well, I'm glad. At least that I made your first sailing trip ever at least manageable and not too uncomfortable.
Yeah, you know, it's you know, it was interesting.
Yeah, it sure was a time. That's for certain.
Mad Lad nods. Yeah, but when we get back to Carmenia, since it is getting a bit late, how about we have dinner together at her house?
Make it outside and you got yourself a deal.
Sounds like a plan.
And I think we can close it there.
I think we can too. This has been a lot of fun. Thanks for doing this, Stu.
Yeah, sorry it took so. I was expecting this to not take this long. I'm very sorry it went on this long, but also it was fun.
No, don't be sorry. I enjoyed all of this. This was a lot of fun.
Ooh, I'm glad we had fun. And I don't know if anyone is listening to this, but I hope you also enjoy this.
Indeed. Hope you all enjoy this now and into the future. Bye-bye.
Bye.